Hey guys, this is part 2 of my Belle Cranel build. I am working on the shoulder pieces here. You'll see that I actually cut them apart because they were not rounding the way that I wanted them to round. So I went ahead and cut them in half with a little bit of a curved edge. And now I'm using contact cement, which I am drying with my heat gun, to put them together, making sure to line up all my seams and make sure that they're nice and beautiful. They were a little big, so I trimmed them, cut them off a little bit, and of course tested them to make sure that they fit the way that I wanted them to fit. Next was to put the little raised edge down the middle, and you'll see here that I am using the same EVA foam that I had used to build the armor. I found that this was a little too thick for what I wanted, so I will use these pieces to then pattern it the same piece out on craft foam, which is what I'm doing right now. In hindsight, I could have probably stacked a couple pieces of craft foam to make it just a little bit thicker, but I definitely liked the thinner than the thicker on this, if that makes sense. Make sure that you use a straight edge or a ruler to make sure that everything is symmetrical. And then I use scissors and a box cutter to cut them apart. I attach it with contact cement, which I will put on the strip and where I want it to sit on my shoulder. I will dry it with a heat gun because I'm super impatient and don't want to wait. And I'll just stick that bad boy right on there. Make sure that you press down, or I guess I'm making sure that I press down the edges so that they are nice and secure. And then do the same thing with the second one. Once I have everything glued on, I go ahead and Dremel the edges like I did in the previous video. I Dremel along the outside edge, giving it a little bit of a bevel. I then Dremel along the outer edge to make sure that it's nice and neat, and then I heavily Dremel the inside edge so that it sits a little bit nicer. Make sure after, or I guess, it's not a tutorial, I made sure after I Dremeled everything to hit it with the heat gun um, on the high setting to really seal the foam and melt the pores. It makes it look much nicer. You'll see me doing that here, making sure that it takes the shape that I want it to take by folding it over. So that is the last part of the shoulders. Make sure to stay tuned for more of my Belle Cranel build.